I love when a black community says let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do.
And did. Here I am minding my business at a black owned beauty supply shop located in Garner, North Carolina. This shop is Fine Looks Hair and Beauty Store. And if you haven't already, please hit the follow button. I will be showcasing black owned businesses all over the RTP area as well as surrounding cities.
Guys, as you can see, these clips don't actually lie. Like the Asian stores are literally empty and the boycott is working. Like the boycott has been going on for so long, and some persons thought that as of now things would have maybe calmed down, or maybe the black people, the black folks would have stopped boycotting the Asian businesses. But as you can see, the shops are literally still empty, just to tell you that the boycott is still working. So if you've been looking for where to get up to date with what is happening, you're the right place. So do well to hit on that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on my future content. And if you're new here, you're welcome. Let's continue with the videos.
Black providers, if you're looking for a black dentist or OBGYN or a black pediatrician, follow me. I got you. So back to Fine Looks. This beauty supply shop is located in Garner, closer to the Clayton area. If you're located in Clayton, Smithville, Nightdale, Selma, come check them out. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 9:30 to 7 p.m., and Fridays from 9:30 to 7 p.m. as well. Now, they're not open on Saturdays, but that is okay because Sunday is a great day for them to be open because most beauty supply shops are closed on Sundays. So when you have those last minute emergencies before the work week starts, come check them out. Not only do they have a huge selection of hair, they have a huge selection of hair care products. They have a huge selection of lashes, press-ons, braiding hair, crochet hair, human hair bundles, clip-ins. Most beauty supply shops do not carry clip-ins. They have them, human hair clip-ins at that, and they're affordable. $40 for that pack. Yes. Please check them out. They're located in Garner.
Hey y'all, Miss B back again at another beauty supply store. And listen, I'm seeing all these sales. I saw 50% off, 75% off. And why is that? Because we are not up in there, y'all. I walked through this gigantic beauty supply store and the aisles were empty on a Saturday. We are doing it, y'all. Now, one thing I did notice though is that I saw a few black men in this store, which I was surprised by, but I know that y'all need your wave caps and your wave brushes and your clippers and all of that. I would only ask, please, let's all lock in. There are black owned beauty supply stores in most areas. So guys, let's get on this. I know that y'all were concerned about whether or not the women were going to follow through, and we are following through, y'all. So we need everybody to lock into this transfer of wealth, this blackout. We got this, y'all. We are doing it, and we need to do it together. So I love y'all. We are doing this thing, and I'm so proud.
I saw this thing online of how the black people are not going to these salons or this. They are seriously boycotting these Asian people. We are not funding them anymore. It's empty. Look at this. I thought it was a joke. Ain't nobody in there. Wow. Look at this. They are not playing. Talking all of that shit about the niggas, and the niggas ain't going in there to buy you nothing. Wow, I thought it was a joke, but they are not playing with these Asian people. Ain't nobody in there saying they don't need the black dollar. Uh-huh.
The last thing we should be boycotting are Asian shops. These people need a raise. These people are open 24 hours, 7 days a week, Christmas, New Year's, Eid, COVID, non-COVID, when these shopkeepers, what they are doing for us is amazing. Whenever you need a loaf of bread, whenever you need Magnum, whenever you need a wig, right? It's the Asian shopkeepers that have your back. When you want a little drink and there's nowhere drink to be found, it's the Asian shopkeepers. When you have less money, when you need something to eat and you don't have enough money, it's the Asian shopkeepers that give you something on tick, not Asda's. Let's put some respect back on the Asian shopkeepers, because without them, I'm telling you, this country would go to shit. Don't be dead.
This was like in the heart of the pandemic. My cousin sends me a video, and it's a video of this clerk at a gas station in my neighborhood off of Gresham Road, right by the Walmart. The dude is on the video like, I don't give a fuck about the black neighborhood. And I was like, what? You know, because I recognize the dude. I'm like, I know he ain't say that. This is a predominantly black area. This is East Atlanta. You know, this is one of the blackest parts of the city. I go up to the gas station and I'm just showing people on the phone. I'm like, hey bro, look, this don't spend your money in there. Look, this what they think about us, bro. The owner comes out and he's like, what are you doing? I tell him what I'm doing. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. You know, get away from here. Get away from my door. He called me a food stamp cockroach. He's like, you food stamp cockroach. He said, hurry up and get out of here before your unemployment runs out. I didn't respond in a physical way. I was just, you know, we exchanged words, and he told me he was calling the police on me. And the police came, and I showed them the video. And, you know, ironically, it was all black officers. Like I said, this is a black area. And they were just like, hey, man, he's the business owner. Regardless of how you feel about him in the business, you have to leave the property. You know, if you show back up on the property, you're gonna be arrested for trespassing. So I go home that day and I just kind of just make a proclamation on social media, and I'm like, hey man, like, this is what happened today at this store. This is how this dude talked to me. Y'all please don't go over there, but if you do want to go over there, that's on you. A couple days later, the same cousin that shared the video with me initially, he said, hey man, my boy up at the store, the owner called him a begging monkey. So this is the day when the boycott really was born. The police told me that I can't go on the property, but they didn't say that I couldn't be on the sidewalk outside of the property. I stood on the sidewalk on the corner of the property, and I just yelled towards the door. Hey bro, don't go in there. Don't go in there. They don't, you know, they don't even like black folks in there, man. Don't spend your money in there. And a couple of people were like, man, what the hell is this dude talking about? But a lot of people was like, oh, that's all you got to tell me. And then I would just get on Instagram like, hey man, if y'all in the area, you know, feel free to come on out, man. This is where I'm gonna be at. So, you know, people started making it a point to like pop in and like show their face. You know, we were all just kind of proud to support that and know that, hey man, we are about to punish this dude for talking to us like that. You know, and I just found out that he had a history of abuse in the area. 66 days nonstop, whether it was raining or freezing outside. We were out there every day until this dude decided to sell his store. What we're trying to do is show people that we can be organized and show the power of our money. I want other people to be able to draw strength from that story and know that they don't have to settle. You know, it can inspire a higher level of self-esteem just in general, as far as what we feel like we deserve or what we feel like we should accept. It also tells a story of the power in numbers, you know, and how much we can accomplish when we actually stick together. I didn't do anything by myself because it took every single person being there for it to be what it was. You know, throughout history, like some of the biggest movements have not gone where they should go because it was too much emphasis on self and not how strong we are together. Not gone where they should go because it was too much emphasis on self and not how strong we are together.
It doesn't look like people are still boycotting anymore. I'm on the north side of Milwaukee, and this is Central Nails. an Asian nail salon. And as you can tell, my people are going in and out of this business. We are boycotting these businesses for a reason. And it's really sad to see my people still doing business with them. I go right down the street to this other Asian beauty supply store. The last time I was here, it was pretty empty. And as I was riding, it got me thinking, I want people to post the black-owned alternative businesses because a lot of people just don't know where to shop if it's black-owned. But as I was sitting and waiting to see if my people were going into this beauty supply store, I noticed plenty people were going inside, all black people. I went to 2 different beauty supply stores, both Asian owned, and I'm telling you, people were just going in and out. I guess the boycott is over. I guess people just do what they want to do, man. And people just support whoever they want to support. I do most of my shopping on Amazon, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you. Follow me more.
I've never made a video on this app before, nor do I expect this to get many views, but I just thought that I needed to speak on some of this stuff with just my own opinions, because that's what the internet is for. Specifically, I'd like to speak on the boycotting of Asian businesses in the United States. Personally, I'd like to say that I don't disagree with the boycotting of Asian businesses. It's been proved over the years that a lot of Asian spaces have been incredibly unwelcoming to Black people, despite our shared history of liberation and civil rights benefiting directly the Asian community. There's been so much racism and animosity throughout the years that's largely been one-sided. And although there is a few hate crimes that are pushed by the media by Black people against Asian people, they're disproportionately white people who are doing anti-Asian hate crimes, yet they do not get any flack, while the Black community is painted as criminals and etc. So this is not to excuse anyone or say, I'm not doing that, oh, there's both sides. That's not what this is about. But I would like to speak to my community, like, personally. As someone who's African American, I'm also Nigerian, but I'm African American on my dad's side. I'd like to speak on this issue. I in no way am the one who is supposed to be speaking on feelings when it comes to these things. Obviously, my community is bleeding. People in the Black community, we have a strong communal tie to each other. So when one person is hurt, it's like all of us are hurt. When one person does something, we all need to contribute and tap in. That's what a lot of the thing is with being African American in the United States. So I do agree with this boycott, but it is getting out of hand. It's getting to the point where Asian businesses are being vandalized and people are ordering food, like big, huge orders of food, and just not picking it up, which can severely hurt small businesses. If you specifically are targeting racist businesses, I think it's just best not to spend your dollar. And I completely understand that. But I'm seeing businesses getting vandalized and other things like that. And it's not really doing much good for the Black image. At the end of the day, when society looks at us and sees our skin color, they bunch us together, not necessarily saying that the actions of a fellow person is our actions by default. No, I'm saying that this is actually blatant racism. This is not about Carmack anymore. This is not about Carmack Belton, Cyrus Carmack Belton. This is not about his death. That's not what this is about. I'm in no way related to Cyrus Carmack Belton. The child was shot in the back. There's a lot of misinformation going around about his case. If you really want to look into it, you'll know the actual facts of the case, and that he was completely innocent and should not have been killed as a 14-year-old boy who was just trying to buy water and didn't steal anything. He did not steal that water bottle. He should not have been killed. That was a racist act, a racist, violent act. But if you know anything about the relationship between Asian Americans and Black people, this is not the first time a Black person was shot. A Black child was shot for stealing something that they never stole. Even if it was a water bottle that someone stole, that's not some reason to kill someone. That child is dead. Their family is suffering. Everyone is suffering that's known that child and loved that child. That was a child that was killed, dead. But the response to that, I'm not spending my dollar at Asian businesses that I know don't support Black people. The Asian businesses and the Asian people that I know that they support Black people. I would not be associating with them otherwise. I have a strict policy of not associating people who are anti-Black, no matter what race they are. I don't even associate with Black people who are anti-Black, because I know plenty of Black people who are anti-Black, sadly. I'm Black all the way. Again, I don't see this Asian boycott as anti-Asian. I see it as anti-Asian businesses and anti-Asian spaces. Obviously, by default, if black person does not want to go into Asian spaces because of what happened, then that is their choice and their decision. And that does not necessarily mean that they hate all Asian people or are grouping them together. That is losing the point entirely. Just as many people in the Asian community who were affected by Japanese, what happened with Japan and their colonization of, say, Korea, for example, they have been boycotting Japanese businesses and other things like that. This is very similar in the aspect that obviously not all Japanese people are responsible for this, but there is a trend of Japanese people being associated with that colonization and everything that happened. If you want to look into the history specifically, you can. I could speak on it, but right now I don't have all the facts. But I know broadly what happened in history. Just like I still don't shop at Target. People talking about, oh, but you don't boycott white businesses. First of all, if you say something like that, you're not aware of American history at all. And secondly, that is literally impossible. Literally impossible. But the boycotts that we have done that have targeted white businesses, we've done that before. We've never not boycotted white businesses. It's not about that. It's about where black people are being disrespected continuously, consistently, for things that are not even majority what we do against the Asian community. Black people are not known for hate criming the Asian community. Black people were not primarily responsible for anti-Asian hate. If anything, I saw a lot of solidarity between black people and Asian people during that time, and black people speaking up against those hate crimes. At the end of the day, the Asian community in the United States has often exploited the black community, what with hair stores and beauty supply stores being owned by Asian people, giving us hair and other things like that with some products that are incredibly harmful for us, and like basically being like test subjects on black people. Like, it's ridiculous. And a lot of Asian businesses I've even been profiled by. I don't even feel comfortable going to Asian businesses without my friend who's Vietnamese, because at least they see a familiar face. But even then, there's so much anti-Asian hate within Asian people. Y'all don't even like each other. Y'all be calling people jungle Asians or things like that. I find that really ridiculous. So obviously, I do believe the boycott is getting out of hand. I don't see why it's necessary to make a large order and then cancel out. You could literally destroy people's livelihoods. You have no idea if the individual person is racist or not. But if you want to go to the business or not is your choice. That boycott, I believe, is acceptable. There's no need to go further than that, because now you've lost the plot entirely. Now you're just targeting Asian people specifically instead of spending your money where you want to be respected. There's a difference between those two things. That's really all I have to say. I'm not sure if this is going to be seen by anyone, but I feel like this is getting out of hand. And as a black community, we need to be able to understand what is actually a hate crime and what is appropriate for boycotting. Because at this point, people can say that this boycott is a bit racist. Not necessarily the fact that it is a boycott, but the fact that there's people who are going out of their way to harass Asian businesses who, as far as we know, are not known for being racist or doing anything towards the black community specifically. If anything, even the Asian businesses that I've chosen not to go to, I've just felt a little bit uncomfortable, but I have not experienced any direct racism, and I'm not sure about other people. I'm just speaking for myself. Obviously, that does not mean for everyone else, but honestly, I don't know. I have a great relationship with a lot of Asian people in my community, and they've treated me as a human being and with respect, and we have a lot of solidarity, being that I live in a majority white neighborhood at this moment in my life. I've had a lot of solidarity with Asian people, but there's also Asian people that I've known been incredibly racist, even more racist than white people, actually. And the racism within the Asian community needs to be discussed. I'm not an Asian person, so I'm not the one to discuss it, but I hope there's conversations being had. The fact that you call each other jungle Asians, you hate each other so bad. The solidarity between the Asian community and between the black community is incredibly different. Black community, even being from the diaspora, besides our small diaspora wars, I feel like at the end of the day, we've come together. I've seen Jamaican people speaking on this Asian boycott. I've seen African people speaking on the Asian boycott. At the end of the day, I feel like the black community has much more solidarity. But the Asian community does not see all of themselves as Asian. They don't see themselves as Asian. They see themselves as Chinese. They see themselves as Korean. They see themselves as Filipino, etc. It's very different. And I feel like that sectionalism in that aspect, it kind of affects their solidarity and how it is a stereotype to group Asian people together. But at the end of the day, a lot of Asian spaces have not been welcoming to black people, have been incredibly disrespectful to black people internationally and in the United States. So that does need to be discussed. Despite black people taking this too far and doing things I feel like is not appropriate, also we have to realize that the internet is exacerbating a lot of things. Just as there's Asian people who are responding to this boycott, screaming slurs at black people, calling us monkeys and other things like that, being happy that we're not going to their businesses. That's why I feel the need. At first, I was not going to boycott, but that's why I feel the need personally to also boycott. Not only in solidarity, but because they just disrespect black people, and I'm not giving my dollar to that. There's also black people doing harmful things, but the internet will exacerbate it and show the videos with the most outrage, because that's what's going to get views at the end of the day. So we need to realize that and have media literacy as well. But I still support this boycott. I just don't think we should be harassing individual businesses unless they're known for being racist. And even then, I just wouldn't spend my money there. Just like Target, I'm not going to go vandalize a Target. I'm going to just not spend my money there. I'm not going to do nothing for Target. I'm not going to go there at all. Even to this day, I don't go to Target. I quit my job when I found out what happened. I used to work at Target. Right. So that's what I think should be happening. I feel like this is not solidarity at this point. This is just hatred. It needs to be toned down. It needs to stop.
Man, what? Like, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah. I did it like, it hadn't been there that long, but I came up here the other day and stood across the street and got some shots.
This is crazy.
Awesome.
Like, how...
Yeah.
How bold could you be?
I know. You wouldn't think it. It's like I didn't even see it. I saw somebody else out here standing up here looking at it. I was walking down that sidewalk over there. I was like,
it's like premeditated, because it's like we just got the verdict from the Cyrus Department. Hilton. There's no way you could have done that.
And that there, you guys, is the prime reason why we need to stand firm in what it is we're doing when it comes to these Asian businesses that are within our communities. This type of shit right here. They don't care. They don't care. They're only in an uproar right now. It's because they see that their shit is about to blow up. They see the money coming out of their community left and right. They can see it happening. They know that they are too dependent on the black dollar for their businesses to thrive, for their businesses to sustain. That's why they're so outraged with knowing that we are doing a ban of their businesses. Because it's not even a boycott. We're not even doing boycott no more. So let's take boycott out of our vocabulary right now. This is a ban. And a ban means we will be no longer engaging with any of their businesses that are within our communities. Any of them. This is the shit right here that tells us they could care less about anything that's going on in society surrounding their community. Because how do we have a business that feels okay to have such a image on the window of their establishment? On the window of their establishment. Like, this shit is bold as fuck. North Carolina, who owns this business? Who owns this business, North Carolina? We need to know who owns this business. Drop it in the comments if you know who is the owner of this business. We need to have a conversation. We need to understand what was your intention with this? Because I don't want to hear no shit about it's a joke. It's a play on a movie. I think it's a play on Don't Be a Menace to Society, one of the parodies movies by the Wayans brothers. I believe that's where that comes from. Yeah, y'all don't get to play with us like that. None of y'all get to play with us like that. See, y'all have gotten too comfortable. And we've allowed y'all to get too comfortable. We've allowed y'all to get too comfortable thinking that y'all can play with us because we put it in our music. We put certain things in our music. The imagery that we depict in movies, etc. Y'all think because y'all can consume it, that y'all can cosplay and act like you about that life. Yeah, y'all, even as a black community, we need to be careful at the type of imagery that we're putting out here. Because then we encounter bullshit like this, and they're going to easily have a way out or a excuse. They're going to be excused. Their apology is going to be riddled with, I had a lapse in judgment. I've consumed this type of, I've supported the black community. I've seen this movie. I've seen that movie. I've purchased the music. I paid to go to concerts. Because we let them in too freely. We let them into our spaces too freely. That this is the type of thanks that we get. A fucking slap in the face. This is wild. This is insane. If you're in North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina to be exact, who owns this business? Drop it in the comments if y'all are familiar with this business from the Greensboro, North Carolina area. And when did that signage go up? When did that imagery go up on that window? Because based off of that video, it's come up recently. And to know what is going on in their neighboring state, right above them in South Carolina, right below them in South Carolina, you knew exactly what you were doing when you put that shit on that window. Drop in the comments, y'all, and let's talk about it. Because we need to know who the owner is of this business and when that shit went up in that window. Let's talk about it.
This is week 2 of the Black transfers. What are you sisters doing? Are you strategizing? I don't think you are. Because if you were, I would see more of your Black businesses out here on this TikTok app representing you. Stop talking about the Asians' empty businesses. We all know that's happening. Now is to seal the deal, to lock down the deal. You have to advertise your companies, where you guys are located, what your hours are, your address, and most importantly, you have to come together as a unity among sisters. So, for example, if you're in a city and there's only one Black nail technician for that particular area, you can't handle all those customers, baby. You have to network with other sisters. So get on Facebook, get on Craigslist, get on anywhere and advertise that you're going to need assistance so that you guys can what? When those businesses are officially done in your area, you guys can come together collectively and run that shop. Get your LLC. Get yourself organized so that when the takeover is complete, you're ready. You're ready. If you're not ready, what us Black women gonna do? If you're not ready, I need to get my nails done. I ain't gonna sit around waiting for you. No, I'm gonna go to the nearest salon and get my stuff done. No. Y'all gotta get organized now. Get organized. Bye.
I really want you guys to watch this video. You don't go into a Black neighborhood without seeing Asian businesses or restaurants or liquor store owners, and vice versa. You don't go into Asian neighborhoods without seeing Black customers and Black clients that keep our businesses alive. And you don't go into the Black community without seeing Asian businesses and restaurant and liquor store owners. But you don't go into the Asian community without seeing Black customers and clients. Do you see the problem there? In just 15 seconds, not only did she show the problem between the Black and Asian community, but she shows the problem of the Black community and our continuous allowance of us to let other people come in and economically exploit us, and for other people to see and benefit from our economic viability. Everyone but us benefits. Not only is economic exploitation horrible enough, it gets worse than that. They come into our communities and they're very anti-Black, and they treat our people disrespectfully, and oftentimes it has led to them taking Black lives. This happened in 1991. This happened in 2023. This is a 30-year period and the exact same things are happening. Something is immensely wrong as to why we have still allowed this to continue. The fact that we know how horribly we are treated by these business owners and their communities in our own community, and yet we have still somehow allowed them to be economically benefiting from us, is insanity. And the craziest part of it all is that none of these communities, whether it's Asian, Arabic, or even Palestinian, yes, are bringing in businesses that can benefit us, or that are necessary, are vital to our well-being. You don't need Chinese food to survive. So there's no point of us supporting them. We don't need our nails done to survive. We don't need liquor stores and drugs and horrible food that they're selling us. So the fact that they're able to still have economic viability in our communities is insane. They aren't bringing in hospitals to our communities. They're not bringing in grocery stores to our communities. There is no advantage of Black people allowing Asian businesses, Arabic, Palestinian businesses in our community. Not even bringing in businesses that are selling products and goods that we could go and resell later that have some type of resale value. So it just is so preposterous that this is continuing to happen. And just if you thought it couldn't get any more silly, in 2020, they came out with Stop Asian Hate to suggest that Black people were committing crimes against Asians. But if we're the ones who hated them, how are they allowed to open up businesses in our communities, and yet we aren't allowed to open businesses in their communities? Black people are the ones who helped them get that crime bill passed.
Asians said Black Americans cannot do without them. They said Black Americans cannot wear Nikes, they cannot wear makeup, they cannot do this, they cannot even do their common nails if eventually Black Americans decide to boycott Asian in America. Look at the stores. Asian stores are empty. Their stores are empty. Black Americans are not opening their stores. They're not spending their dollar within the Black community. Why do you think it is impossible to do something? I don't know. Now Asians are crying bitterly. Asians are saying they don't have anything to rely on because a lot of them rely on nail tech, salon shops, stores in America. Now Black Americans are taking everything back. They're not destroying their properties. They're just saying we are no longer spending our dollar there. We are going to be spending it in the Black community. They never even start. Asians are crying already. Don't ever underestimate the power of any ethnicity, honestly. Follow for more, Jerry.
I gotta make one more. Before I go make some money. And it's about what the little Asian man said. He said that bet Black people, go ahead, do it. He dared us. He basically said, you know what I'm saying, y'all can't live without us. He said we can't live without Chinese food. Like we can't go in the kitchen and pull up a recipe online. I make a mean shrimp fried rice. You know what I'm saying? I make a awesome beef and broccoli. I know how to make all the Chinese dishes that I like. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I looked up the recipes. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some Black people that make shoes, and we got clothing, and we got people that do hair and nails, and we got our own skincare lines and stuff. You know, only thing we don't really make is cars. Do we make cars? Do we have a Black car company? I mean, so I mean, I feel like to a lot of degree he is right, you know, because we do buy a lot of Nike. You know, it's made in China. We do play PlayStations and Xboxes, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I love my Samsung, but will I buy another Samsung? I don't have to buy another Samsung because, hell, they last forever. Now, you iPhone people, you might be a little SOL. But Samsungs, they last pretty long, you know. My Samsung washer and dryer, I've had it for quite a while. I haven't needed to buy a new one, but I'm pretty sure that the next one I buy will probably be GE or something like that, you know. Anywho, at the end of the day, we don't necessarily have to go to any store that you have open in the Black community. I don't think he thought about that before he spoke. I mean, he's banking on the fact that, you know, they feel like we need them. And I feel like Black people can show you better than we can tell you. But that would require the cooperation of the entire collective. I mean, you're still going to have your stragglers and your people that have to shop there because you're the only option that they have available. But for those of us that have ways and means, I mean, You want to go out like Target, go right on ahead. Target, they still there, but, their earnings have not been where they once were when they had a good amount of the black dollars. I mean, anywho, I love y'all. What y'all think? What do y'all think he put his foot in his mouth when he said that, or do you really think that the threat of a black boycott against Asian businesses is a legitimate threat? Do y'all believe that that's possible? I mean, they are doing everything to try to provoke the black community. I hope y'all know that. They really want this altercation amongst the races. They really want it to happen, and they are doing any and everything in their powers to do it. They are trying to provoke us, but we gonna keep doing what we doing. Those of us that have intelligence, we have more than 2 brain cells that rub together on a daily basis. Those of us that actually use our brains and read books, we understand what's going on right now. And I humbly ask you not to fall for the bullshit. Please do not fall for the bullshit, because you have to understand. The rules don't apply the same way to us as they do to other people, as you have recently seen with Mr. Chow. Okay? I mean, he's done it 3 times, they say. 3. And he beat up somebody. And they said he was still not guilty. In the back. A bottle of water. And then now there's reports even coming out saying that, the pew-pew didn't even fall out the boy's bag. They said that they didn't know the boy had a pew-pew until the officer pulled it out the bag. And then you got the whole Carmelo Anthony situation, and I'll be surprised if he don't get found guilty, because I have no faith in the justice system. None at all. None at all. Some kind of way they're going to say that even though that was self-defense and that boy had all right to protect himself in any way he deemed possible, because they use that excuse to pew-pew us all the time. All the time. Even when we raise our voice, we're a threat. Anything we say, anything against what we're being told, we're aggressive. I need y'all to understand this and move smarter, more strategically. Stop doing the dumb shit. That's all I'm saying. But I really think it's a doable thing. Like, I think some of them really need to be put out of business if that's how they feel. And if you feel like you're unwelcome, or they have treated you in any way, shape, form, or fashion like you are not welcome, or they look at you like you stealing, and y'all know it's the same way we get treated in any store we go into. They watching us, but at the same time, the mayonnaise colored people is walking out the door with flat screens. I've seen it happen. I got stopped at the Walmart. I had a 6-pack of drinks in my hand, and the lady stopped me because my 6-pack wasn't in a bag, and the man next to me, he had a whole TV in his shopping cart. The man next to me was a white man, and she stopped me to check my receipt, and after she looked at my receipt, she let me go. And me and the white man is going out the door at the same time, and this man is cracking up laughing. He said, I was hoping she stopped you. He said, I didn't pay for nothing in this damn cart. Man had a 65-inch TV in his cart. Anywho, I love y'all. Stay capable. Keep winning.
I just seen this Asian dude say they need to make 14 to 16,000 at his restaurant in the next 2 days.
Damn, that's a
or
lot
his
of
ass is
fried rice,
going
bro.
out of business. You feel me? Niggas is borrowing money to make payroll. Yeah, I know. 4,500 every 2 weeks.
It happens.
I know. Still got rent. Still got car notes. Still got a whole lot of them bills is piling up. Them bills is piling up. Did I not say this would happen weeks ago? I did. I love to see it. I love to see it. I'm not saying I'd let to see them struggling and shit. They people should be supporting their people. You feel me?
Facts. I agree with that.
Meanwhile, black business is booming. Booming. I'm seeing hella people saying that their business has been doing numbers in the black community. You feel me? I said that income was gonna drop, and it did. It's basically non-existent. Can't even make payroll. This is going out of business. But yeah, I love to see my people say they gonna do some shit and actually do that shit. Ooh, it feels amazing.
As a business owner, I hate to see any business suffer. Let me say that because I know how hard it is, and I know how much money you have to put into your business to get it out the ground. For the first few years, you're gonna take losses. You know what I mean? So when you finally get a point where your business is making money, you're happy, you're excited. It's like a dream come true. In this case here, with the Rick Chow incident with the Asians having to go, a lot of Asian mom and pop Asians going out of business. I don't even think it was the Rick Chow verdict that really did it then. You know, although a lot of black folk were disappointed in that verdict with Rick Chow and Cyrus Belton, Carmack Belton, I think what really did a lot of the Asian businesses in was when the lady and the guy came out and they pretty much threatened and doubled down on some stuff. And they challenged the black community. And then the black community was like, okay, we'll show you how our ancestors did with the Montgomery boycott. And so that's what's going on right now in the Asian community. And a lot of people a lot of these Asian restaurants or Asian business that was month to month can't make payroll and can't make rent. And they are starting to go out of business. I saw 3 within probably a 10-mile radius of my home that went out of business. So it is what it is. But like I said, I hate to see any business go out of business knowing you to put your lifelong blood, sweat, and tears in it to get that business up. But it is what it is. Let's move to the next one.
To the Asian man who challenged all black people to boycott all Asian businesses, I'd like to say thank you. We haven't seen a level of unity and camaraderie this large since probably George Floyd. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know if black people would have ever gotten to this point where we all unified under one singular movement this way. Like, it is powerful. The Asian people are starting to feel the effects of what you have done. This is impacting your people more than it's impacting my people. We are uniting against this. You have destroyed Asian businesses. That's you. You did that. And I'd like to thank you for getting my people to work together on something like this. This means the world to me. And to the Asian people who are hurting because of the decisions and the words that this person has said, you know who to come for. He did this to you, not us. He said we don't want you guys, so we said okay.
Good morning. It's about 5:36 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why I'm up, but I'm always up this early. And I also cannot get this lip stain off from yesterday, but I look like I've been out, right? I was looking at my comments on my post yesterday about the cost for me to get my polish changed and get a pedicure yesterday. So be clear, I paid almost $100 for them to change my polish and cut my natural nails. Okay, so let's just be clear. When I put this, everybody was talking about all the things that they get for $100 and something, like tips and, okay, like, I don't know. This is what I get. This is what I get right here. This all I be working with. Okay, so I paid almost $100 for that, and this all I get. Just this is where I live at. Just plain old feet nails. Like, I don't do that. I don't be doing all that. Okay, shout out to sisters. I think y'all have beautiful nails. I can't function with them. I think they're beautiful. I can't function with them. So I keep it real simple. So for me to be paying almost $100, okay, I want us to evaluate this, because I don't think that we're not thinking. No one's thinking. Everybody need to put their thinking cap on right now. The fuck? Do we like nails that much? Is it really that deep? I spent $65 on a bottle this big of foundation, and I don't even wear makeup, but like if I wear makeup once a month, that's a stretch. If I'm in Atlanta, I might a little bit. We have got to quit letting these fucking people rob us blind for things that don't matter. Y'all's kids need y'all to make better decisions. You, for the sake of what's about to happen in the world around you, have got to learn how to make better decisions in this. I got caught up in this. I'm happy this happened to me yesterday because somebody got to say something. Because y'all be doing this shit every fucking week. Motherfucker, no. Stop this shit. This is dumb.
And I love you so much. If you want to stand in solidarity with us, we love a good ally. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is not a boycott. This is a change of lifestyle for a lot of us. This is us being more intentional about our people. If it was a boycott, go ahead and do you 3 months. Don't fuck with them. If that's you standing in solidarity, a lot of us have to alter the way that we move to do what we're doing right now. You understand what I'm saying? Most of us, I'm not even going to say, most of us have to alter the way that we move to accommodate this new lifestyle that we're stepping into. Black people are in a transition right now, and our lives are altering. I am a person who goes into a hair store and spend $300, $400 gladly. Y'all see how many wigs I own. So this is something different. This isn't like, oh, well, you know, we'll be back in there. Hell no, I'm not going, because I can honestly say this. Now, the hair store that I specifically go to, they treat me like they're cousins, but they're not Asian people in there. They are, I think, they're not Asian, but they're not Black American either. So I have to let that store go. You understand what I'm saying? And it's sad. I be in there so much, but I'm not going back. If it's not Black owned, Black American owned, I'm not doing it, because you have to stand for something or you will fall for anything. And I think that the Black community is finally understanding, like, nah, fuck all of that. Now, are we working on stuff as far as we are as business owners? Of course we are. We're going to get better. We're going to grow. We're going to expand. But this is a new economy that we're building for our people. And we don't require solidarity. We don't require nobody else to join in, because we got this. But if you would like to, I would like you to understand this is not a boycott. This is a lifestyle change. This is a wealth transfer. We're tired of giving our wealth to everybody else. We want it to ourselves. You know?
Good morning. Now, I just want to say I hope all my people in Pontiac, Michigan and surrounding areas are boycotting these Asian businesses. I really hope that's what we doing out here, because they said Black people don't stand together. I don't know. I'm that Black person who stand with my people. But just in case you didn't hear it, I'm just here to, throw that out there, that there's no reason for y'all to be at these Asian nail shops, and you can get your beauty supply items from another Black-owned business, or, I'm just throwing that out there. I got some homegirls who do nails. They got the links in the bio. I know some online Black people who I'm just saying. So if you support your people, and if it was to happen to you and your family, I'm sure you will want the world to support you. So let's do what we never do. Let's actually stand together. Let's make a change. That's it, guys. Have a great day.
What it do, y'all, man? Listen, real quick, I just want to say, man, listen, I'm proud of y'all. I've been seeing the pictures. I've been seeing motherfuckers standing on business by not going to the nail shops, going to the Asian stores, doing the boycott, man. I'm proud of y'all. Let's keep it going. And like I said, everybody ain't gonna come. It's all right, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we should be doing, each one teach one. Every time you see another, hey, listen, make sure y'all ain't fucking with them shops. Handle that business. We finna stand on that business. Hey, little by little, man, but I'm happy, man. Listen, I see y'all sending me pictures like, look, bro, we doing it. It's working. Hey, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Straight in their back after chasing them for 130 yards and somehow get found not guilty?
We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant
GK Rick Chow as to a charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number.
He was found not guilty for the shooting and killing of Cyrus Carmack Belton. Just to be clear, in 2023, Cyrus entered the store, was suspected of stealing a bottle of water, exited the store, chased for 130 yards by Chow and his son, shot in the back and died on scene. While Cyrus did not steal anything, he did have a gun inside his jacket, which was mistaken for stolen goods.
When I heard about this case, I was like, what? There's so many things going on. First off, there's a video of the boy being followed around in the store and they're really profiling him, which again, I will concede and say that makes sense. From a marketing perspective, if you own a store, you're going to pay attention to who's a lot more likely, what kind of person, what they look like, who's going to be stealing items from your store on average. That's just me. That's profiling, that's marketing. You market to people who are going to buy your business, and you respond and react to people who are more likely to steal from and harm your business. They're profiling a little boy. That's besides the point. He didn't steal anything. He said, I don't got nothing on me, and he ran out the store. They chased him down, shot him in the back, and they're claiming it was self-defense because Cyrus did have a gun on him and he supposedly aimed it at them. But my whole thing is this: if I'm being chased, it's been 150 yards, you done chased me all the way down, I have no choice but to think you're just gonna sit here and kill me. If I'm armed and I'm being chased by three to one, and I turn around and show my gun, and I'm the one that gets shot and killed, and then they get let off, that's a little much.
I do think played a huge role in this case was the fact that prosecution only put a murder charge on the table. His entire defense was that Cyrus pulled a gun on his son, so he shot him to defend his son. The jury wasn't convinced beyond reasonable doubt that it wasn't self-defense, then they're not going to convict him of murder. If there are no lesser charges offered on the table, it's either going to be murder or not guilty. That might have been the prosecution's biggest mistake in this case.
That was the biggest problem, and that's why Rick is now just got away with it, because they didn't offer up anything else. They just said it's murder, and technically this wasn't murder. There's other charges you can qualify for this, and they didn't.
The boycott on Asian businesses has definitely been happening the last few days, and ever since that Jack in the Box who made that challenge video towards the black community, it has only made things worse for the Asian community. What really blows my mind is that there are Asian Americans who still hasn't gotten it through their thick skulls yet. Some of them are crying, some of them wondering why this is even happening to them, others are hoping this just blows away soon. Some of them are still up to their old shenanigans and haven't learned a thing yet, but the one thing they're refusing to do, which is the most obvious answer, is to address the anti-blackness within the Asian community. I feel like it's a pretty straight arrow, no? It's not like the arrow is growing legs and performing acrobats. It's a straight arrow to the point. Many Asian Americans say, well, this has nothing to do with me. Besides, Rick Chow is Chinese, I'm Vietnamese, or I'm Thai, or whatever. And the point is, it does not matter, because black people has experienced prejudice and anti-blackness in most Asian ethnicities and nationalities. Which goes without saying that anti-blackness is very prevalent all across Asia. It goes without saying that it's the same with Asian Americans. And the best way to do that is for Asian Americans, regardless of ethnicity and nationality, is to educate themselves. Start from the beginning. Why is anti-blackness in the Asian community such a backwards mindset? Why is the black and Asian solidarity is so vital and important? Start exactly how you got here. Why are you even here in the first place? Who actually opened the path for you to come to the United States? Who defended you when no one else did? Who did business you when no one else did? Who helped you open businesses and welcomed you back in open arms when no one else did? Who stood for your rights, your freedom, and also wanted you to give civil rights along with black people when no one else did? Who welcomed you into our homes, our schools, our neighborhoods when no one else did? Because if you think it was the government or the white man, you are sorely mistaking yourself. Black people didn't just defend Asian people in the United States. We defended you in your own countries, the Philippines, Vietnam, Japan. Many of us even defected from our own countries just to fight alongside yours. And until everyone is caught up to speed, nothing's going to change no time soon. Hope this helps.
So guys, as you all have seen from these clips and evidences, if you've really been missing out on what is happening on the FBA boycott, you can see it for yourself that it's not moving for the Asian businesses. The boycott is very, very serious, and black folks aren't joking about it, as you have seen it in those videos, literally. And one thing that I have to say is that never you dare black Americans, because when you dare them, they're definitely going to take the edge. Look at that guy. He came up and he dared that, okay, y'all go ahead to boycott the businesses. Let's see who will suffer at the end of the day. And y'all can see that black people took took his words very seriously and they decided to boycott the businesses. And not only did they decide to boycott the businesses, they are literally opening similar businesses in their community, and their own people are patronizing them right now. So that's literally what is happening. And more to that, you have some Asian folks that are even placing discounts on their items or on their products for people to come and purchase. Yet, blacks are like, no, they are not going to spend their money on them anymore because the disrespect is too much, because they are tired. So as you can see, the boycott is working, and most people out there, they're like, this is going to be permanent, that the wealth transfer is going to be permanent, that is not even a boycott anymore, that are hell bent on transferring their wealth, that are hell bent on spending their money within their community. So guys, I hope this particular video kept you updated with what is happening. And if you love the content, do well to hit on that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out on future content. See you in the next one.